Season is on the line today at Commonwealth Stadium. The Wildcats, with a 5-5 record, need a victory to have a winning season. The Cats are undefeated at home this season and finish up the '87 campaign against an old rival. The Tennessee Volunteers are 7-2-1 and a prime candidate for a Peach Bowl bid. It's the 83rd meeting between these two schools in a series that dates back to 1893. Kentucky versus Tennessee coming up.
It's University of Kentucky Wildcat football. From Commonwealth Stadium in Lexington, the Cats meet the Tennessee Volunteers. Today's game is sponsored in part by Budweiser, Beechwood Age for that clean, crisp taste. This Bud's for you. By Blue Cross Blue Shield of Kentucky, the one you've always trusted for quality health care protection. By Valvoline, high-performance motor oil. Valvoline, because motor oil is not just motor oil. By Coca-Cola. In Kentucky, there are two great traditions, Coca-Cola Classic and the Cats. And by Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance.
Hello, everybody. This is Kaywood Ludford along with Rob Bromley. The Kentucky Wildcats close out the season here at Commonwealth Stadium this afternoon by taking on the Tennessee Volunteers. Kentucky is 5-5 overall, but Rob, at home, Kentucky is 5-0, so that might be a good omen.
Well, it's been tough on the road, Kaywood, to say the least, but it's been a completely different story here at home. The Wildcats undefeated. They certainly want to remain undefeated, go out 6-0 here at home, and then, therefore go out with a winning record. And that's certainly a big incentive in this ball game, and a big incentive for the seniors who are playing their final game. There's also another incentive for senior tailback Mark Higgs. With 73 yards, he can set the single-season rushing record here at Kentucky. He's already the second on the all-time list. He's already gone over 2,000 yards, but he can reach another big milestone here today.
He can indeed. And we've got Glenn Ford. That's been announced as the starting quarterback for the Wildcats. And, of course, we believe, and we keep hearing here today, that it'll be Jeff Francis, who's been injured, that'll start at quarterback for the Wildcats.
Well, Jeff Francis has missed the past couple of weeks with an ankle injury. Sterling Henton has come in and has done a fine job in his absence, but definitely Francis is the better quarterback. He's a better thrower, and he looked good in practice this week, came back to practice on Monday.
I believe that Kentucky must throw passes and catch passes to take the heat off the rushing game. What do you think the keys are?
Well, the Cats have dropped a lot of balls and missed some open receivers over the past 5 weeks. They've got to hit them this afternoon, and they can't give up anything cheap.
And we're set for one of the oldest series in college football. We'll be right back. The Kentucky Wildcats come out for the last time in 1987. 30,000 blue balloons, and a lot of them aren't getting into the sky, Rob, because it's awfully cold, and that helium isn't working. But it's a spectacular sight nonetheless.
Well, here at Game Time, Kaywood, we've got 31 degrees and a 5 to 10 mile per hour wind. Fortunately, it is sunny. Sunny down on that field. Now, Kentucky's bench in the second half is going to be in the shade, so it's going to be pretty chilly down there.
Well, there you see the series. This is the 83rd game, 50-23, 9 ties. And last meeting, Tennessee won 28-9 down in Knoxville last year.
The Vols have not lost a game in the month of November, Kaywood, since 1984. Kentucky with that victory in Knoxville, the last time Tennessee has dropped a game in November.
Coach Jerry Claiborne trying to fire up his troops, and I think they will be fired up today. A great crowd on hand. It's virtually packed, and here's the toss of the coin. Blue wins the toss. We could hear that, and Kentucky has the choice. They will defer, which means they'll take the choice to start the second half. They'll defer to the second half. Now Tennessee gets the choice, since Kentucky's going to wait until the second half kickoff, and no doubt will receive. Tennessee wants the football, will receive. Kentucky will kick off. So the Wildcats will kick off, and Tennessee will get that football first. tell they're ready. These fans are ready. Go Cats.
Kentucky urging everyone to wear blue today, and a lot of the fans have responded, Kaywood, but because of the weather conditions, the overcoats had to come out, so really there are a lot of different colors scattered around.
They're calling this the Big Blue Ambush. We'll see. Ken Willis moves on the football. Cleveland is back deep for Tennessee. Takes it on about the 6, out to the 10, the 15, the 20, the 25, about the 28-yard line. Tolbert, number 44, is the man who gets down onto the kicking unit to bring him down. So the 29 is where they're marking it down, and you see the Tennessee offense. The quarterback is Jeff Francis. Howard and Cobb are the running backs. Woods and Cleveland the wide receivers, and Middlebrooks is the tight end. Here's the line. Simons, Galbraith, Kirk, Bruin, and Howard. Tennessee, first play of the football game. Jeff Francis, he's been out with injuries, but he's back and starting. Leaves it off in there to Howard, William Howard, 240 pounds. He's a senior, signed with Kentucky coming out of high school. Didn't quite qualify, so he goes to Tennessee Military and then signs with Tennessee. There's the defense for the Wildcats. Massey, Barnett, Shannon, Adams, Reese, and Jay Dortch. That's the defensive front, the wide tackle 6. The linebackers are Kramer and Chenault. And then the deep backs you saw there, Johnson, Mack, and Robinson. High formation. Cobb gets the handoff. Their talented freshman tailback, but he doesn't get much. And a good tackle by Jay Dortch as he gets out to about the 35-yard line, where it's going to be 3rd and 4 for Tennessee. Well, they split the deep backs this time. Francis going back to throw. Shoots it off to the right. It's gathered in by Middlebrooks, the tight end, but David Johnson on a fine tackle brings him down, and that'll be short of the first down. And apparently Tennessee will have to punt.
Well, it is short, Kaywood, and David Johnson saw this play coming. Here it is again. Francis looking to his right. He's got Middlebrooks out there, but Johnson smelled it out all the way and comes in and makes a fine play, and it is about a yard and a half shy of the first down.
Garman in punt formation. He is the leading punter in the Southeastern Conference. There's the snap. High but short. Short punt. An up back. Tony Massey is calling for it and takes it, and Kentucky has great field position at its own 40-yard line. Number 6, Tony Massey.
That was only a 23-yard kick, and it is outstanding field position for the offense as that offensive unit comes onto the field for the first time this afternoon. Glenn Ford at quarterback.
Junior college transfer is a junior. Darren Bilberry at fullback. Higgs is the tailback. Jones and Smith the wide receivers, and Charlie Darrington the tight end. Kentucky ready to go. 1st and 10 from its own 40. Glenn Ford, number 4. Power I in the backfield. 4 rolling left, wants to throw, lets it fly. He's got Charlie Darrington, and he just can't get away from the Tennessee defense, but he still picks up about 6 yards out to the 46-yard line, where it'll be 2nd and 4 for the Wildcats. Tennessee with good coverage, but Darrington was wide open, Rob, in that secondary.
It looked like Charlie pulled it in with one hand, and that's a good thing to see, because so many passes like that over the past 4 or 5 weeks have not been caught. Stats on Glenn Ford, he's completed 49 of 109, but there's Darrington pulling that ball in. That's just a pass, Kaywood, that seems as though it's been dropped in recent weeks.
All right, here's a pitch to Higgs. Trying to get through. He cuts off right tackle and gets about 8 yards and a first down as he scampers out to the 46-yard line in Tennessee territory. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Wildcats, so they rack up a first down in their first possession of the football here this afternoon. Tennessee, we look at them defensively. The Vols use what they call a 50 defense, or a 5-man line, but they will go into an even front, much like Kentucky. Trying not to show their defense until Kentucky gets up over the ball. There's that power I, keeping D. Smith in the backfield, but he goes in motion to the left side. And here is Ford, handing off to Higgs, finds a good hole, and he cuts down for good yardage as he goes to the UT 36-yard line, and that'll be another first down. He gets 10 yards on that carry.
Well, they hand it off on the draw. We're going to see it from ground level, and you'll see 57, Dermontti Dawson with a good block, 29, Darren Bilberry with a good block, and then a good run by Mark Higgs. Breaks the tackle, keeps his balance, and picks up 10 yards. Good hard run as Mark goes after that single-season rushing record this afternoon, and he's already got 18 yards here, Kaywood.
That's right. He needs 73 all told to become the most prolific running back in one season in UK history. There he is, number 22. What a runner he is. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats.
Yeah, he better hurry.
Yep. Or changing his play down there, and he's taking up an awful lot of time. Takes it. But the whistle had sounded, and the clock got him, Rob. He just didn't get it off. That'll be a 5-yard penalty, and a big penalty against the Wildcats here.
Well, it is. You get good field position. You pick up a couple of first downs here and move it into Tennessee territory at the 36-yard line, and now a 1st and 10 turns into a 1st and 15 with the delay of game. A lot of Tennessee fans on hand here today.
All right, ready to go on 1st and 15-4. Looking for somebody to throw to. Lets it fly. Tipped by Darrington. D. Smith. Did he? Nope, didn't get it. D. Smith almost saved that one after Charlie Darrington, the intended receiver, number 88, just got one hand on it, tapped it into the air, and D. Smith almost came up with it. But it'll be 2nd and 15 at the Tennessee 41-yard line. Darrington, number 88, on the far side, the tight end. Glenn Ford has a split backfield. He wants to throw. He looks, lets it fly, and he's got Mark Higgs. Good catch, but he had to reach behind him to get that one, and he goes down immediately at about the 34.
So Mark did a good job to hang on to the football. Good protection here for Glenn Ford. He's got plenty of time, rolling to his left and throwing to his left. And there's the juggling act by Higgs as he had to reach back, and he did a nice job to hang on to that football.
That was a great catch, but it's still 3rd and 8 on the 34-yard line in Tennessee territory. Nothing score. We saw the Tennessee bench there. Glenn Ford sets his troops. Splits his deep backs. Bilberry and Higgs wants to throw it, getting some pressure. Oh, steps away from one tackler, lets it go, and he's got Logan down on that right sideline for a 1st down at the Tennessee 18-yard line. Phil Logan, number 80, the freshman out of Louisville, and he's a pure freshman.
Big play on 3rd down and 8. Logan had to come back to the ball. Good pressure there by 33 Keith DeLong. And here comes Richard Cooper, number 77. 4 looks downfield, and there comes Logan back to the ball, and he's got it. All the way down to the 18-yard line. Big play on 3rd and 8 for the Cats.
1st and 10 now. 4 wants a little quiet. Crowd kind of cooked up here. In motion, number 19, D. Smith. Ford takes it. Gives it off to Higgs. Higgs sweeping wide, gets away from a tackle. He cuts it down to the 15, the 10, bumped out of bounds at the 7-yard line. Nice run by Mark Higgs. I think that was designed to go into the line, and when he couldn't find any daylight, he just sprinted to the outside, and he had to shake a tackle to cut the corner.
Well, it looked like Charlie Darrington missed a block here on Andre Kramer. Right there, he didn't get Kramer, but Higgs was able to elude him anyway and turn it into a big gain right down the sidelines. Good for 10 yards.
1st and goal to go at the 7-yard line. This part of the crowd on its feet. Kentucky goes to the power I, keeping D. Smith in the backfield along with Bilberry. Here is a handoff to Smith. Tries to get to the outside. Not much there. In fact, he might have lost a yard on that one as Tennessee was waiting for it. Hunt moving in to make the tackle.
It is a loss of a yard, Kaywood, and that is the first time that Mark Higgs has not been Kentucky's ball carrier.
2nd and goal at the 8 now. Glenn Ford. Same formation. Gover, number 28, is the wide receiver going in motion. Here is Ford rolling left, looking. Pretty good protection. He's going to run out of there with it, and he dives forward to about the 5-yard line. So it'll still be 3rd and goal. Only it's at the 5.
Now, this is the problem that the Wildcats have had, getting the ball into the end zone. Really a good job here by Glenn Ford to salvage 4 yards out of this play. He gets a block there from Mike Pfeiffer and is able to take it down to the 4-yard line, but it's going to be 3rd down coming up now, 3rd and goal.
See the orange of the Tennessee fans there. Ball on the 5. 3rd and goal to go. Split backfield. Ford takes it. Rolls right, wants to throw it. Lets it fly for the end zone. Incomplete. He overthrew D. Smith, number 19. Gave him a little too much lead. He looks like he thinks he might have been interfered with on that play, but no call. No handkerchiefs. No flags. Joey Worley checks in. So he will try to get something out of this drive. It's down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. And Kentucky's drive ends in 3 points, covered 55 yards in 11 plays, and the Wildcats are on the board here in the first quarter, leading 3-0 over Tennessee. We'll be right back. 6:42 left in the first quarter. Kentucky leading 3-0. Tennessee has the ball on the Kentucky 46. 1st and 10. Split backfield. Francis changing his play down there. They shift into the I. Now he reaches back under. Francis takes it, leaves it off with Cobb. Cobb coming off the right side. Not much there for him as Kentucky's defense digs in, led by Oliver Barnett. Christian Alt.
Tennessee sticking right with its game plan. Kaywood driving the ball at the Wildcats, taking it right up the middle between the tackles.
2nd and 8 now. I formation. Francis taking his time. Wants to throw. Shoots it off to the right. And he's got Woods. Woods dances around. Gets to the Kentucky 37. That won't be enough for the first down. As Scott Endress got over there to get him with David Johnson.
Now, good protection and a good throw, but it looks like it's going to be about a yard short. David Johnson does a nice job forcing this play back in towards Christian Alt. And Chenault hustled over to make the tackle. It is short.
3rd and a yard. Johnny Majors there with his hands in his pockets. Looks a little bit worried. Kentucky leading 3-0, but his Vols needing a yard for a first down to stay alive in this drive. The Vols not quite an eye, a cockeyed eye. Goes off there. Oh, hit behind the line, but Howard, William Howard, who lined up at tailback that time. He's normally a fullback.
Well, a big defensive play by Scott Endress, and no one blocked him. I think he was the fullback's man, but the fullback simply missed him, and then Endress is in the backfield before William Howard can go anywhere. Howard did a good job to get back to the line of scrimmage, but he did not get the first down.
That's exactly where he did get the line of scrimmage. They're going to measure, but I don't think this will be enough.
Oh, no way. You can tell by looking at the marker over at the sideline, it is shy.
Not as much as I thought, however, about 6 inches. So it's 4th and inches for Tennessee. And apparently, the Vols are going to go for it. 4th and less than a yard. So kind of a wing out of the eye. Francis changing that play. Now reaches under his center. Big play. Pitch back. Here's Cobb swinging wide left. And he's met there. Jeff Kramer coming in with a lot of teammates. And I don't think neither Kentucky doesn't think he got it either.
Well, I don't believe he did. It appears to be short. They had somebody out here to block Jerry Reese, but they didn't have anybody to block Jeff Kramer. Here comes Cobb. There's the block on Reese, but it's blue shirts all over. Ronnie Robinson coming up there to help out. And Jeff Kramer comes up with a big defensive play for the Wildcats.
And Kentucky takes over on its own 37. 1st and 10 to go. Number 29, you see, is the fullback. Bilberry. Mark Higgs continues to go at tailback, number 22. And they line it up again in the power I. And in motion is Gover, number 28. Moore gives it off to Higgs, coming off the right side. But not much there. And I think Kentucky moved, Rob.
We've got
whistle to play dead, right.
Flag down on the field, and we've got a legal procedure here against the Wildcats. And we had to delay a game a little bit earlier. And here's another penalty on first down. The illegal procedure is going to turn a 1st and 10 now into a 1st and 15 back at the 32.
One of the Lady Cat cheerleaders helping out today. Here's Glenn Four. Wants to turn it loose. Lets it fly. And just way over the head of everybody. Incomplete.
Intended for Tim Jones over there, but I think Glenn may have just decided to toss that one away over at the sideline. Bring up 2nd and 15.
That's right. It'll come back to the 32-yard line. There's Glenn Four. He's been at the throttle all the way this afternoon. Big 2nd and 15. In motion, D. Smith. Four, back to throw it. Straight back. Sets his feet and lets it go over the middle. And it's caught by D. Smith. He shakes the tackler. He's on his way to the 20, 10, 5. He's in there. Stuck it in the air. A little dangerous. But D. Smith puts 6 more on the boards for the Wildcats.
Well, D. Smith went right between the two defensive backs. An outstanding throw by Glenn Four, and it is a 63-yard touchdown pass, and Kentucky is on top 10-0. Here is Four, straight back and right down the middle. Now, 86 is Terry McDaniel, and I think it's number 6, Tony Nelson. Right between them, and D is able to keep his balance and stay on his feet and go all the way and turn that into a touchdown. Big play for Glenn Four and D. Smith. It is a 63-yarder.
Joey Worley in to try the point after. It's down. His kick right square between the uprights and the Wildcats. Go ahead of Tennessee 10-0. A happy crowd here in Commonwealth Stadium. The Cats lead it 10-0. That's the way the first quarter ends. We'll be right back for the second quarter of play. Remaining in the second quarter, Tennessee has the ball right at the midfield stripe. 1st and 10 to go. High formation. Jeff Francis at quarterback, pitches to Cobb. Cobb off to the left, cuts it back, and gets good yardage. Picks up really about 8 yards, it looks like there, as he gets it to the UK 42-yard line. It'll be a little short of a first down, 2nd and 2. Number 34 is Reggie Cobb, an outstanding freshman running back. High formation again. Kentucky moving around on defense a little bit. Francis takes it, same play, pitches to Cobb, swings left, cuts it back in, gets the first down to the Kentucky 37-yard line. 1st and 10 Volunteers.
The Vols continuing to stick with their game plan, Kaywood, and you mentioned Reggie Cobb. He comes into this game this afternoon with over 900 yards on the season, going for 1,000 here today.
All right, it's 1st and 10. Here's Francis, wants to throw. Rolling right, still looking. Now he's going to come out of there with it, crosses the 40, the 35, gets it down to the 31-yard line before he's chased out of bounds. Tony Massey chased him out. But that's a 6-yard scamper. It'll be 2nd and 4.
See two of the biggest men on the football field colliding here. It is William Howard flipping Oliver Barnett. A couple of big men, and Oliver about landed on his head. But good job there by Jeff Francis to get 6 yards out of the play.
2nd and 4, Tennessee at the Kentucky 31. Just a wing tee this time with Cleveland, number 4, going in motion now from that wing spot. And here's Francis back to throw, getting pressure, throws it away. He just got rid of that ball as Oliver Barnett was just about to take him to the turf.
They were all over him that time. We've got a penalty marker down on the field, Kaywood, and offsides is going to be called here on Kentucky. It looked like Tony Massey lined up offsides.
And that's enough for a first down at the Kentucky 26-yard line. High formation again. Cobb takes the handoff, comes off left tackle, gets good running room down to 15, gets it to just about the 15-yard line, maybe the 14.
Big gain, 11 yards. This is a big Tennessee offensive line. You can see William Howard leading the way in there. There's Reggie Cobb stretching it out down to Kentucky's 15. So Tennessee now threatening after having fallen behind in this football game 10-0 here in the second quarter.
At the 15, 1st and 10. Showed you Cobb's power there, taking tacklers with him. He's got it again, coming off right tackle, gets it down inside the 10, goes to the 6-yard line before he's brought down.
And the Vols continue to clear it out. Right there, that looks like Kennard McGuire, number 80. I believe he's injured on the play, but the gain is down to the 6-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and 1 right there.
2nd and a yard for a first down. It's on the Kentucky 6-yard line. The Vols definitely threatening now. They line it up in a wing again. Wing just outside the end. The handoff goes in there to William Howard, the big fullback who lined up at the tailback spot, but he gets nothing, trying to come right up the middle. There's 54, Jerry Reese getting off the stack. A lot of Kentucky tacklers in on that. 3rd and 1 at the UK 6. Again, nobody wide. And here's a handoff in there to Cobb. He hurdles the left side, gets it to about the 3. Not a touchdown, but Rob, they got a first down.
Yeah, they sure do. We got another penalty marker down on the field, Kaywood, and offsides on Kentucky. They have moved the ball now half the distance to the goal. That moves it down to the 3-yard line.
It's a wing tee again, using a wing just outside the end on the left side, and he gets it. That's Wilson, normally a fullback. He's in for the touchdown. So Wilson goes in off right tackle and gets into pay dirt, and Tennessee puts 6 on the boards. 50 yards and 8 plays.
An impressive drive and a fine job by the Tennessee offensive line as Wilson here comes right at you. The line clears out, and it's 6 points for Tennessee. And the Vols have simply stuck to their game plan. They have not panicked one bit, and they have come back from a 10-0 deficit now to make it 10-6.
And Rich ready to try the point after. It's up. It's good. And Kentucky's lead is cut to 3 points. So here in the second quarter, it's Kentucky 10, Tennessee 7. We'll be right back after these messages. 7 left in the first half. Kentucky has the ball on its own 20, 1st and 10. Mark Higgs, number 22, at the tailback spot. And he gets it, coming off the right side. Gets very little yardage there. 2 or 3 yards. Just wasn't much daylight to run to.
Good defensive play by number 91, Mike Whitehead, cutting in there to grab Higgs around the ankles.
It's on the 23, 2nd and 7. Same formation, 2 tight ends. Back to throw is 4. Getting some pressure, throws it incomplete. He was hit just as he turned it loose and threw the ball a little low for Charlie Darrington, number 88.
He was under pressure. He did have Phil Logan open downfield, but quite a bit of pressure that time, and Ford tried to hit Darrington short.
There's some of that fine crowd that is here this afternoon. 3rd and 7. Kentucky on its own 23. Leading 10-7. Split backfield. 4 back to throw. Goes right. Lets it go for the right sideline. Overthrown.
But we got a penalty marker down on the field, and it's been thrown right in front of the Tennessee bench, and you can see D. Smith there clapping his hands. And I think, Kaywood, we're going to have a personal foul here called on Tennessee. Might have been Andre Kramer who came in and hit D. Smith after that pass was overthrown, and if that's the case, it's going to be a first down for the Wildcats.
Patted him on the head, which doesn't make for a lot of fun in games out there either.
15-yard penalty, and it's a first down at the 38-yard line. Big penalty against the Vols.
Big break for the Cats as 4 wants to throw again. Getting pressure. Here's a screen pass to Darrington. He's out to the 40. Cuts it back 45. But just caught by one leg by Miller. And that's as far as he could go.
And a good defensive play by Darren Miller. But what Charlie Darrington needed here was a block from Jim Hill. And he does not get it. 56 Hill right there has got to get out and get the block. And he doesn't. And a good defensive play by Darren Miller to reach in and grab it.
You mark it on the 46 to make it 2nd and 2. Kentucky sideline. Kentucky on its own 46. They go back to the power I. Full house backfield, but in motion goes Gover, number 28. Here's a handoff to Higgs. Higgs looking for somewhere to go, and great run. He put one hand down after he was hit for really a loss and gets enough for the first down out to midfield. That was a fine run by Mark Higgs.
Mark continuing now to close in on that single season rushing record. He's got over 40 yards here now in the ball game.
Kentucky lines it up. In motion comes D. Smith behind the line of scrimmage. And here is a fake reverse to Logan. Back to throw is 4. Lets it fly long. Intended for D. Smith. Great catch at the 10. Shakes the tackler. Goes in for the touchdown. D. Smith with his 2nd touchdown pass of the afternoon. And Kentucky moves further ahead. 16-7.
Well, this one is not quite as long as the one earlier, but it puts another 6 points up on the board. A 50-yard throw. And watch D here. He has to come back to the football. And that's what turns it into a touchdown. It's thrown just short. Victor Peppers and Tony Nelson right there, and as Smith comes back a little bit for it, he hauls it in right about the 10-yard line and goes on into the end zone. Kaywood, that's a 91-yard drive, certainly aided by the personal foul penalty along the way, but the Cats have just gone 91 yards in 8 plays.
And the young man you saw, number 19, D. Smith, having a big day. Number 15, you see now, is Joey Worley playing in his last game. Along with 19 other seniors, the extra point is up. It is good, and Kentucky leads Tennessee 17-7 with 6:14 still to go here in the second quarter of play. We're moving ahead now to 2:41 left in the first half of play. Tennessee has the ball on its own 27-yard line. 1st and 10 to go. Francis, number 19, continues to operate. Look at him call that automatic. Telling all his teammates he's changing the play down there. Takes it. Goes back to throw it. Sets his feet. Good protection. Throws long off to the right side. And Cleveland catches it and falls down. He was off to the races. Make that Woods, number 5. And he was gone, but lost his footing and falls down at the UK 23-yard line. He was robbed way behind everybody.
Well, he's got David Johnson beat, and beat by a mile down the right side of the field. There it is. You can see the distance on the right side of your screen, and there must have been a little blade of grass there or something that caused Thomas Woods to trip. Or that would have been a touchdown for Tennessee. As it is, it's a 50-yard gain.
And at the Kentucky 23 now. 1st and 10 to go. Here's a handoff to Cobb. Cobb looking for running room, and he shows that power as he digs it out for about 6 yards to the 23. He's on the 27. He's on the 17. Beg your pardon. He's at the 17-yard line. There's Francis changing that play again. And Mr. Cobb gets it again. Comes off the right side. Not much this time as he is swarmed down. But we've got a flag, Rob. And might be a face mask.
Well, it could be. Good defensive play there by Scott Endress, who came in and made the tackle, but it is a face mask penalty against Kentucky. Now we'll get another look at it right here. right there. I'm not sure if that's Jerry Reese or Oliver Barnett. But it's a 5-yard face mask penalty against the Cats. Moves it down to the 9. It's 1st and goal right there.
1st and goal it is. And Francis again calling that play at the line of the scrimmage. Just now reaching under his center. Takes it. Goes back to throw. He's looking for Cleveland. Gets him on the 3. Touchdown. Tennessee comes right back down the field. Cleveland seems to be shaking up a little on the play. But it's 6 for the Volunteers.
Well, the Vols, after falling behind again by 10 points, come right back. And all Jeff Francis had to do was get it to him, and he was right there to take it into the end zone. And it looked like Cleveland may have injured his left leg.
Well, the extra point was good by Rich, and that's the way the first half ended. Kentucky 17, Tennessee 14. We'll be right back.
Being sponsored in part by Ashland Oil. We care about you and everything we do. By Long John Silver's Seafood Shops. Long John Silver's sounds good to me. By Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. And by your Kentucky Ford dealer. Have you driven a Ford lately?
Some non-academic.
Farm Bureau Insurance. And by your Kentucky Ford dealer. Have you driven a Ford lately?
Halftime at Commonwealth Stadium on a sunny but cold November afternoon. The Wildcat marching band down on the field entertaining now. And here at the half, Kentucky leading Tennessee by a score of 17-14. You know, the University of Kentucky's primary missions are teaching, research, and service. And in this edition of University Report, we'll meet a UK faculty member who works extensively in all 3 areas. Continuing here at Commonwealth with Kentucky leading Tennessee 17-14, but we've still got 2 quarters of football left to go. Just a reminder that Kaywood Ledford's Kentucky Basketball gives you a complete guide to the UK Wildcats and high school basketball across the Bluegrass. Get your copy in stores today or send $7, which includes postage and handling, to Kaywood Ledford's Kentucky Basketball, Post Office Box 1987A, Lexington, Kentucky. 405-93-1987. And we'll continue in a moment. This is the University of Kentucky Television Network. Football game, and right now Kentucky is leading it by 3 points over the Vols, 17-14 here at halftime. As we look at the first half stats, in Kaywood they are extremely even.
And the game is very even. It's been an outstanding game, Rob, through this first half of play. Tennessee rushing the football a little more. Kentucky having more luck through the air, 155-105.
And the first downs there, 11 apiece. And if you add up the total yardage, it is just 1 yard off. Kentucky with 224 total yards. The Tennessee Vols with 225. The time of possession, very, very close. And Mark Higgs had 73 yards in the first half of the game. That is exactly the figure that he needed to set the all-time single-season rushing record at the University of Kentucky. He got it on his final carry of the first half, an 11-yard gain. So no one has run for more yards in a single season than has Mark Higgs.
It might be a long time before we see his record broken. I think he's just an outstanding back.
And we've still got 2 quarters of football left to go. We're going to have the third quarter action coming up in just a moment. Stay with us. Kentucky leading Tennessee here at halftime, 17-14.
By Valvoline High Performance Motor Oil. Valvoline, because motor oil is not just motor oil. By Eastern Kentucky Power. the member cooperatives of the East Kentucky Power System. By your Kentucky Ford dealer. Have you driven a Ford lately? And by Peters Construction, serving Kentucky and surrounding states with offices in Owensboro and Lexington.
And you get a look at the skyline of downtown Lexington there. We're ready to begin the third quarter, and we'll tell you that this telecast is authorized under rights granted to Host Communications Incorporated by the University of Kentucky Athletic Association. Any use of this telecast without written consent from Host Communications Incorporated is prohibited.
On the kickoff to start the second half, Bill Logan brings it back to the 25-yard line, and here it comes. Bill Logan, a pure freshman, number 80, takes it on the 8. He's out across the 15, the 20, and tries to run into his own blocker there, and he's dropped on the 25. So that's where Kentucky will start the drive. 1st and 10 from its own 25-yard line. 57,127. Fine crowd here this afternoon. Here's the eye. Mark Higgs off to the right side. Not much for him, as Higgs gets about 3 yards, though, to the 28. Kimbrough got through there just to trip him up. It'll be 2nd and 7 for the Wildcats on their own 28-yard line. Need to get a drive going. There's Higgs, number 22. Here's 4, fakes, goes back to throw, sets his feet, lets it fly, incomplete. Tried to hit Charlie Darrington. That was catchable, but a little bit overlet him. Incomplete, so it'll come back to the 28, where it'll be 3rd and 7. Brad Myers he's the center. They're over the ball. 4 has his back split. Wants to throw. Circling right. Lets it fly. He's got D. Smith up on the 36-yard line. And that'll be enough for the first down.
Haywood, it's enough for a first down by a yard. Good, strong throw here by Glenn Four. He put it right on the money. Glenn has now completed 7 of 16 on the day, and D. Smith is right where he should be.
He knew where those sticks were.
1 yard past the marker. 8-yard play. Big play for the Cats, really, on 3rd down and 7. They're up to the 36 now.
1st and 10. Glenn Four has the eye behind him. Goes back, gives to Higgs. Higgs looking for somewhere to go and nowhere to go. And Kimbrough again got through there. They call him an outside linebacker at Tennessee. At Kentucky, he would be called a defensive end. Kimbrough trips him up for a gain of a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9 at the 37. 4 fakes, gives to Higgs, trying to get to the outside. Can't get there, cuts it back. And nothing. Right on the line of scrimmage. Right on the 37, where it'll be 3rd and 9. See some of this good crowd coming back a little late from halftime. Warming up a tad. Ivy Joe Hunter, number 32, has checked in at tailback for the Wildcats. Giving Mark Higgs a rest. 3rd and 9 from the 37. And now, Glenn Four asking for a timeout. He didn't like something he saw over on the defensive side of the ball. You see some orange scattered in there among the Kentucky Blues. Quite a following up here.
Out of the field now, becoming shaded, Kaywood. The Kentucky bench is completely in the shade, and throughout this second half, shaded parts of the field will probably give our cameramen some problems. But here we go, 3rd down and 9 from the 37.
Waiting for the official to give them the go-ahead. Kentucky's up there ready to go. The deep backs are split. Both wide receivers to this side. And Four. Circling left. He likes to throw on the run. Pumps. Now lets it fly. And he's got D. Smith up on the 49. The Paducah sophomore having a big day, Rob. D. Smith gives the Wildcats a first down at close to midfield.
And again, Glenn Four comes up with a big pass on 3rd down. He did it a moment ago to the opposite side of the field to Smith. Now he does it here to the near side. He has plenty of time and threads the needle. 2 big 3rd down throws for Glenn Four. And the running game here early in the second half has seemed to stall, but Four has come up with 2 big completions.
At the 49, 1st and 10. Here's the draw play to Higgs. Higgs, having trouble finding running room, gets a yard as he gets it out to the 50-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 9. Right on the midfield stripe. There's a Wildcat. He's been kind of active with the push-ups today. The slot off to the left side, and the slot man, Smith, in motion. Back to the right. 4. Back to throw it. On the move, lets it go, and he's got D. Smith again. Smith looking for running room. Can't quite find it, but he does get to the 41. That'll be shy of a first down. It'll be 3rd and a yard to go at the Tennessee 41. There's the Tennessee sideline. Looking a little concerned the way Kentucky is moving the football right now. 3rd and a yard at the 41. And here's a handoff to Higgs. He gets plenty to spare as he squirts down across the 35 to the 32-yard line, and a Kentucky first down. Mark Higgs running very hard today.
Get a look at it from ground level. Good hole here, and a nice high step by Mark Higgs right at the line of scrimmage, right there. Picks up 9 over the middle, and it's a first down at the 32. Higgs now up over 80 yards on the day. He's already set that single-season rushing record. Over 2,000 on the year, and the second leading runner in Kentucky history.
He's on the back of that eye. It's Mark Higgs' day when it comes to the running game. He's got it again, trying to squirm off the left side. Short yardage as he gets it to the 28. A gain of 4. It'll be 2nd and 6. Didn't look like he got that much.
Wildcats have already held the ball, K. Wood, over 6 minutes on this drive.
In motion comes Gover, number 28. Ford takes it. Gives to Higgs again, coming off the left tackle this time. Gets it down to the 25, but that will not be enough for a first down. Kentucky faced with a 3rd and 3 at the Tennessee 25-yard line.
Yeah, the Cats have converted 3 times on 3rd down during this drive. A 3rd and 7, a 3rd and 9, and a 3rd and 1. Here's a big 3rd and 3.
D. Smith, number 19, in motion. 4, rolling right, wants to throw it. He lets it go, and he's got D. Smith again. He's hunting up D. Smith, and they get a first down to the 17-yard line of Tennessee. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats with a very serious scoring threat going right now. Here it is again, Rob.
Well, Glenn throwing on the run, and this play very similar to the one early in the drive that picked up a first down, and here it's good for another one. 7-yard gain, and that is now the 4th time on this drive that the Wildcats have converted.
And we've got a timeout with Kentucky leading 17-14 and threatening on the Tennessee 17, and we'll be right back on the Kentucky Television Network.
Red, if you leave, where shall I go? What shall I do?
Frankly, my dear, I'd get a ground-coupled heat pump.
Left to play here in the 3rd quarter, and Kentucky has the ball on the Tennessee 17-yard line. It's 1st and 10 to go. Power high in the backfield. In motion comes Ray Gover. And here's juggle ball. Forrest keeping it, and he's dropped at the 20. A loss of 3. Glenn Ford just couldn't get the handle on the football that time. Loses 3.
Almost looked like a broken play, but I think you're right, K. Wood. He just had trouble hanging on to it, and that makes it now 2nd and 13 at the 21.
Number 4, Glenn Ford. Power high again. He wants to throw, rolling left. He may come out of there trying to run to the end now, and he's pushed out of bounds back on the 23, so Ford decided to run with that football, loses 3 more. Back to the 23. Now Kentucky's faced with a 3rd and 16 at the Tennessee 23-yard line.
Now 4 times in this drive, the Cats have converted on 3rd down, K. Wood. Now they've got to do it a 5th time.
And here goes Mark Higgs. A good hole, and he dances down across the 15, gets it to the 13-yard line, and we've got a flag. And I thought I saw his head snap, Rob. I believe we might have a face mask here.
Well, if we do, that could be a big, big penalty against Tennessee because it could give the Wildcats a first down. I really think the Cats were running that play, K. Wood, to set up position for the field goal attempt. But now the penalty would give them a first down. Let's take a look at it. Here comes Mark running to his right. Gets a good block from Dermontti Dawson down here. And let's see if somebody reaches in. There's Kramer with the left hand, and right there kind of jerks Mark's head around, and that will be half the distance to the goal, and that will give the Wildcats a first down.
At the 6-yard line, it'll be 1st and goal to go, and there was a big break for the Wildcats. Higgs got 10 yards on that run nevertheless, and I think you're right. They might have been looking just to get field goal position, but he almost got the first down. They've got it now after the penalty.
It goes as a 7-yard penalty, which moves it to the 6.
Tennessee took a timeout. So Glenn Ford comes over to talk with the bench. Kentucky leading it 17-14 and threatening now again with the ball on the 6-yard line of Tennessee. 1st and goal to go. Moore reaches under center. Gives it to Higgs. Oh, a hard lick in there. Delivered by DeLong.
Good defensive play by Keith DeLong. From time to time, that Tennessee defensive line gets good penetration against Kentucky's offensive line, and that was the case right there.
Loses a yard back to the 7, where it's 2nd and goal. Glenn Four in the power I. Wants to throw it. Circles to his left. He's looking. Lets it fly for the end zone. Dropped by Charlie Darrington. Hit him right in the chest. A sure touchdown. Just slips away from number 88, Charlie Darrington, Kentucky's leading receiver.
Well, this is going to bring up 3rd down, and this is the thing that has been driving Jerry Claiborne crazy all season long. Look at that. Had it right in his hands, just could not hang on to it. Victor Peppers there on the coverage. But you're right, Kaywood, that would have been a touchdown. And that could end up costing the Cats some points here if they have to settle for the field goal. But right now it's 3rd down and 6.
Ball on the 7. They've got to get it in the end zone. Again, Kentucky lines it up in the power I. And here's Four. Fakes. Rolling left. Getting pressure. Lets it fly. Incomplete. Threw it short. Intended for the other tight end, Martin Pennington. But the pass was underthrown as Tennessee really put the heat to Glenn Four back there. And Joey Worley will attempt a field goal. He's putting the kicking tee down on the 14. So this will be a 24-yard field goal attempt by Joey Worley. He's been very accurate at these close ones, and that one is right on target. And Kentucky puts 3 more points on the board to go ahead of Tennessee 20-14 with 6:35 still to play here in this 3rd quarter. We're moving ahead with 1:21 to go in the 3rd quarter. Tennessee has the ball at its own 41-yard line. Francis deals it off in there to Cobb. He finds running room across the 45 and brings it all the way out to midfield. That was on a 2nd and 15 after a penalty in there. But now it is 3rd and 6.
Here's another look at the run by Cobb, and boy, he gets some good blocking on this play. What a runner Reggie Cobb is. He's going to be around 3 more years down in Knoxville, and I know Johnny Majors has got to be happy about that.
3rd and 6. All right, just short of the 50-yard line. We'll call it the 50. High formation, wide outs both ways. Francis wants to throw. Lets it go for the left sideline, and he's got Woods, who is pushed out of bounds by Tolbert. But that's a 1st down at the Kentucky 37.
Clock now down to 14 seconds left to go in this 3rd period. Kentucky leading by 6, 20-14. Tennessee with a 1st down.
Moore, number 10, comes in motion. And Francis goes right back to throw. Looks right, throws right for Moore. Incomplete. And the closest man to that, you see him pointing, was David Johnson. He had a shot at an interception there, but didn't get there. So Tennessee has its 2nd and 10 at the UK 37-yard line.
Clock stops on the incompletion, of course, and we'll have time here for one more play in the 3rd quarter before they change sides.
Tennessee with a good drive going right here. Francis on a big 2nd down and 10 play. Back to throw. Getting a little pressure. Looked like holding, but no call. Completes it to his fullback. And here is Howard with a good run. Takes it down to the Kentucky 28-yard line.
Now they get good blocks on Chris Chenault and Vic Adams and turn that play into a 9-yard gain.
And it's 3rd and 1.
Going to be short of a 1st down as they start the 4th quarter in a moment, Kaywood.
That's right. It's on the Kentucky 28, but the Cats lead it 20-14, and we'll be back for the 4th quarter right after these messages. We begin play in the 4th quarter. It is Tennessee at the Kentucky 28. 3rd down and a yard to go. Power I in the backfield. I got 2 fullbacks in there. Wilson is in, number 32. Cobb gets the handoff. Didn't get much, but gets enough as he takes it for 2 yards to the Kentucky 26. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Vols.
Yeah, I think he's just got it, Kaywood. And, you know, Tennessee's been behind the entire game, but the Vols have stuck to their game plan, and they've moved the ball effectively.
I formation. Wide outs both left and right. Francis ready to go. Gives it to Cobb again. Comes off left tackle. Not much as he gets 2 more. Crosses the 25 to the 24. Chris Chenault leading the charge in there to get him. Vic Adams, number 92, gets up.
The defense trying to dig in here, Kaywood. Trying to maintain the lead right now. Cats have been ahead all the way, but a touchdown and an extra point here, and Tennessee can go on top.
I formation. Francis changing his play down there at the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 6. Francis gives it off to Cobb. Not much. That was second. Cobb going off right tackle that time.
Christian Alt penetrating in. A lot of the Wildcats getting up out of there. Looked like Victor Adams also in on the play. It's going to bring up a big 3rd down situation now. 3rd and 6 from the 22.
Real good gang tackling on that last play. Jeff Francis, number 19, there under center. Has it, wants to throw it, looking for the end zone, throws for the end zone, incomplete. Intending for Woods, number 5, as Kentucky had pretty good coverage with Tolbert, number 44, and Ronnie Robinson, number 26. So, will Tennessee? Yes. The Vols are going to go for the field goal. Rich has checked in. Number 17. This will be a 38-yard field goal attempt as Kentucky has denied Tennessee the end zone. Here comes the kick. Perfect. Right through the uprights. And Tennessee cuts Kentucky's lead to 3, 20-7. We move ahead now to 8:47 to go, and Tennessee has the ball at the Kentucky 38 again, threatening again. And here is Keith Davis, who's in it. That was William Howard, who ran that football. He had lined up at tailback that time, number 35. Keith Davis lined up at fullback that time. He is a tailback normally. That's 9 yards. Tennessee threatening again. Here's Francis back to throw. Knocked down by Carwell Gardner. Good big play by Carwell Gardner, the defensive end for the Wildcats.
Well, it sure was, Kay Wood, and that's what Kentucky is needing right now with this lead in jeopardy. Get another look at it as Francis looks to his right here, and look at Carwell Gardner go up and swat that ball down.
It'll be 2nd and 10. And here is Francis dealing it off in there, and here is Cobb. Cobb gets good yardage as he takes it all the way down to the UK 12-yard line. David Johnson finally came up to get him down, number 24.
Now Reggie Cobb has been running that right side and running it hard. That play good for 13 yards. Another Tennessee first down. And in just a moment here, that Kentucky lead may melt away, but still plenty of time left on the clock. Over 7 minutes still to go in this football game.
At the 12 of Kentucky, 1st and 10. And here's a pass. Goes out into the flat, and a good catch by McGuire. Kentucky had pretty good coverage on him. McGuire comes up with a big play there. That was Harper, not McGuire, and I think they're saying he was out of bounds when he came down with it, and David Johnson is shaken up on the play. So
I believe he was out.
Yep.
Kind of a strange play because both players seem to have the football right at the sidelines, and David Johnson is slow in getting up. We'll get another look at it here. The pass by Francis right on the money. Watch David Johnson reach in and get this ball, and he's right on the line and out of bounds. That was close.
That's what they're calling it. Caught out of bounds, so it'll be back at the 12. 2nd and 10 for Tennessee. High formation for the Vols. Wideouts left and right. Francis at quarterback. Changing his play down there again. Goes back, leaves it off to Cobb. Cobb comes off the right side, gets it down to the 10-yard line. Just picks up a couple. Jerry Reese in there on the bottom of the stack. John Shannon.
And what a big 3rd down play this will be coming up for the Tennessee Vols. Kay Wood, it'll be 3rd down and 8 at the 10-yard line. And let's see what Jeff Francis can come up with right here.
3rd and 8 it is. Nice. When he stands up and yells side to side, there's no question that he is calling an audible down there on the line. He wants to throw it. Looking for the end zone, throws it, and it'll be a touchdown. Cleveland took it on the 2-yard line and just stepped in unmolested. And Tennessee, for the first time in this football game, has taken the lead over the Kentucky Wildcats.
We had a flag down on the field, but it may have just been an inadvertent flag. Get another look at the touchdown as Cleveland is just wide open right over the middle here. And on 3rd down and 8, Tennessee goes in for the touchdown, and for the first time in this game, the Vols have the lead.
And the extra point was good. It's Tennessee 24, Kentucky 20. We'll be right back. 4 minutes and 31 seconds left in the game. Kentucky has the ball on its own 42. 1st and 10 to go. This could be Kentucky's last drive of the football game.
Well, there's still plenty of time left, Kaywood. It's simply a case of taking it down the field and into the end zone. The Cats have got to go all the way. They can't win it with a field goal.
And Four wants to throw it. Pressure, lets it fly. Caught by Martin Pennington, and he's dropped on the UT 45. Down to the Tennessee 45, 1st and 10. That was a great pass from Four under pressure.
Well, he sure was under pressure by Brian Kimbrough, the left outside linebacker. Threw it right on the money to Martin Pennington. And into Tennessee territory. Tony Nelson, the free safety, coming up to make this stop.
1st and 10. Wildcats on the Tennessee 45. D. Smith in motion. And Four rolling to his left, wants to throw it. Sets and throws quickly. Intended for D. Smith, but way over his head. Incomplete. It'll come back to the 45. The Cats will have it 2nd and 10.
Still a lot of time left. 4 minutes and 23 seconds on the clock.
Blue ambush, and Kentucky trying to cause that to happen. Split backfield. Bilberry and Higgs. Wideouts left and right. Moore could be changing his play down there. He better hurry. He's fighting the clock. Gets it just in time. Goes back to throw. Steps up in the pocket. Throws for D. Smith. Great catch. Down on the 31-yard line for a 1st down for the Wildcats on the Tennessee 31.
That's as good a catch as we've seen today. D. Smith had to climb the ladder to get this football, and that's exactly what he does. D went up to get it, pulled it down, and that's good enough for a Kentucky 1st down. 14 yards on the pass play from Four to Smith.
D. Smith, number 19. He's had some kind of a football game. Higgs sets up the slot on the left side. In motion comes Gover. Four takes it, wants to throw it, rolling right, lets it fly for Martin Pennington, and just reaching in there, Kimbrough got a hand on it to bat that ball away. Good defense by Kimbrough.
Would have been a 1st down around the Tennessee 20-yard line or so. Big defensive play. Clock now under 4 minutes left to go in the game.
2nd and 10. Gover coming in motion. And Four gives off to Higgs on the draw. He's at the 30, the 25, shakes a tackle, gets across the 20, down to the 18-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds. A 1st down.
Good blocks by Brad Myers and Butch Wilburn. And Jimmy O'Neill got a good downfield block, and then his man got up, Brian Kimbrough, right here. Kimbrough gets back up and almost makes the tackle on Mark, not quite. 13-yard gain. It is down to the Tennessee 19. 18-yard line make that.
1st and 10 for the Wildcats. The drive alive, and Kentucky with a good threat going now. Charlie Darrington, number 88, comes in.
A lot of the fans around this stadium, Kaywood, now starting to come to their feet, hoping and pulling that Kentucky can pull this game out.
2 tight ends as Four wants to throw. Throws out to Darrington on a screen pass left. He's down to the 15, the 10. Fights his way to the 5-yard line, where it'll be 1st and goal for the Wildcats. 4 plays to go into pay dirt.
And another 13-yard gain for the Cats. Good block downfield here by Mike Pfeiffer as they work the screen to Charlie Darrington. Four started out looking to his right, then went back to his left. There's Darrington. Let's see if we can pick up the block here. Mike Pfeiffer, I believe, over there right at the sidelines. Charlie cuts it back, goes inside the 10-yard line, and all the way down to the Tennessee 5.
High formation. Higgs takes a pitch out, swings it wide right, takes it down to the 2-yard line. 2nd and goal to go.
Well, Mark Higgs has carried the ball on practically every play for Kentucky this afternoon, so I would not be surprised if they give it to him again right here. Cats have still got 3 chances to get it in.
Ford takes it. Higgs coming right up the middle. Not much that time. He was hit really in the backfield and did a little spin to get away from the tackler to get it back to the line of scrimmage. So it's going to be 3rd and goal at the 2-yard line.
Plenty of time on the clock. 2 minutes and 40 seconds left. Look at the sidelines here. The Wildcats determined to get it into the end zone. Tennessee on that last play, Kaywood, got some good penetration from number 33, Keith DeLong.
After the timeout call by Kentucky, the Cats are ready to go. 3rd and goal at the 2-yard line.
Ivy Joe Hunter now has gone into the ball game at fullback. It is Hunter and Higgs now in that Kentucky backfield along with Glenn Ford.
Ford calling his play there to his teammates. Now he looks like he had quite a bit to tell him. Let's get it in. Wing off to the right side is Gober. High formation. And here's Higgs trying to go up and over the top. Doesn't make it as he gets to the 1.
Well, again, it was number 33, Keith DeLong, with some good penetration. And you could tell Mark wanted it. He fired off, went head over heels trying to get the touchdown. But it is right down inside the 1-yard line, and the Cats have got one chance left to get it in.
The game is right here. Right here on the 1-yard line of Tennessee. The Vols lead it 24-20. It is 4th down and goal to go, a yard away from pay dirt. And Kentucky's season has come down to this. Glenn Ford has called his play. Let's see what Kentucky does. Split backfield. Higgs trying to go up, and he doesn't get in there again. And number 70 kind of slipped through there, Rob, to hit him before he went in, launched his flight into the air, and he stopped on about the 1-foot line. And what a dejected young man, Mark Higgs. Hammered it in there and has had such a great game and great career. But Kentucky comes up short, and for all intent and purpose, that's the end of the old ball game. Tennessee will be able to run out the clock.
It was number 70, Charles McCray, coming over from a tackle spot. He had good penetration. And number 91 here, Mike Whitehead, is the guy who loses his helmet. There's Whitehead. He gets his helmet stripped off, but also 70, Charles McCray, both got in there. And McCray actually hit Mark before he got to the line of scrimmage.
And the final score actually turned out to be 24-22 as Tennessee gave up an intentional safety to run on the last play of the game to run out the clock. And Tennessee wins it 24-22. We'll be right back. 24-22. And our Blue Cross Blue Shield player of the game this afternoon is wide receiver D. Smith. And Rob Bromley had a chance to talk with D just a few moments ago.
D, a couple of big ones today, and on that first one you were able to keep your balance and go all the way.
Right. I came in motion. The play was basically set up for me to clear out the middle for Phil Logan coming across. And I just got open, and Glenn threw a good pass, and I was able to hold on to it.
How much does it hurt?
Well, it hurts real bad, but I'm sure it hurts more for the seniors because they don't have another chance. But I'll think about this all year.
D. Smith hauled in 2 long touchdown bombs. The second one covered 50 yards. That is our Coca-Cola play of the game.
Well, the first time, D had to keep his balance to make it all the way to the end zone. And on the second play, he had to come back a little bit to the football. A good throw by Glenn Ford. It is a bomb. But as D comes back, he's able to beat the 2 defenders, Victor Peppers and Tony Nelson. 50 yards for the touchdown. The other one was 68. A big, big day for D. Smith.
Rob, but the game itself has been kind of the story of the Kentucky season. Close, but no cigar. 24-22. Tennessee gave them the safety to run out the clock, but it was a very frustrating, and Kentucky played hard and really wanted the victory today. And we'll be back right after this. Loss at home for the Wildcats all season, and it also gave them a losing season on the year. 5 wins and 6 defeats. Rob, this one hurt.
Well, it sure did. You certainly hate to see a thing like that happen to Mark Higgs right on the final carry of his career at the University of Kentucky, Kaywood, after the spectacular career that he had. And he had a great day today. He carried the ball 30 times for 137 yards. His long run was 17 on the day, but I know he would have liked to have had 10 more inches right there with about a minute and a half left on the clock.
He really wanted that touchdown, but the offensive line just not able to move that good Tennessee defense. And Tennessee is a good football team. Bowl-bound, 8-2-1 on the year now.
You got to give them a lot of credit, Kaywood. They fell behind 10-0 in the ball game. They came back. They fell behind 17-7 in the game, and they came back. They stuck to their offensive game plan all the way. And at the end, they had the defensive penetration right down there at the goal line when it counted. You've got to give them a lot of credit.
It was heartbreaking for Kentucky, but it was a great goal line stand. But I was kind of proud of the way the Kentucky players, in a year that's been disappointing, the way they came out and fought hard against this ancient rival from Knoxville, Tennessee.
I think a lot of the fans probably would have thought that the Cats would have folded their tent here this afternoon, but they didn't do that. They did play hard. They had 347 yards in total offense, moved the ball well throughout the afternoon, and right at the very end, they came up about 10 inches or a foot short.
And that's it for us. The season is over, and Rob, for all the crew and all of us, we've enjoyed being here.
It's been a lot of fun.
Good night, everybody.
Game has been sponsored in part by Bud Light, the light beer with the first name and taste. Everything else is just a light. By Blue Cross Blue Shield of Kentucky, the one you've always trusted for quality health care protection. By Ashland Oil, we care about you in everything we do. By Coca-Cola, in Kentucky there are two great traditions, Coca-Cola Classic and the Cats. And by Long John Silver's Seafood Shops. Long John sounds good to me.